So in many cases, I think enterprises are misaligning their use cases with use of AI. So in other words, they're picking the wrong business problems to solve by using AI tools and AI approaches. And ultimately, that's going to cause an issue, because if they're picking the wrong use cases, they're going to fail to deliver value back to the business from utilization of AI. Okay, they do that 3 or 4 times. It's going to be a real problem, because AI is very expensive to deploy. As I mentioned here many times, it's probably 5 to 6 times the amount of resources needed to build an AI system versus a traditional one. And so if they're picking AI as their solution of choice, they're going to be spending a lot of money. And if they're going to be spending a lot of money, they need to see a substantial return, at the end of the process. And that's what's occurring. That's what's not occurring now, according to the MIT survey and lots of other anecdotal information that I see, even ones that are sponsored by companies that produce AI tools. So the anecdotal information and the formal information that we're seeing out there is that most enterprises are not succeeding with AI, and they're not likely to succeed with AI probably for the next couple of years, until they update their talent, until they update their expectations, update their core processes, and become realistic in terms of how they can apply this technology to make it work for their business. And I think that the market is kind of running out of runway. So very much like we saw in the 90s, we saw lots of investment going into the .com space. We didn't see resources or ROI that was coming out of it, because there was no potential of doing that. And if there's no return on investment that's going to come out of these investments, and the investors don't see anything happening in the short term, they're going to remove their money from the market, and that's going to burst the bubble. And I think we're going to see that probably within the next 6 months.